Today I'm here with Kevin Krebs, the founder and managing director of HelloCollege. So Kevin, can you tell us what HelloCollege is all about?
Oh, definitely. So HelloCollege is an education consulting and technology company, and we work with high school students and their families to successfully guide them through the college planning process. And really what we try to look at is just kind of the holistic approach. It's really helping families navigate what we feel is probably the most important decision in any young person's life.
So you have some very impressive stats when you're comparing yourself to national averages.
For us, it all starts with our philosophy. And our philosophy is grounded in a term that we call SAFE. And that's really about building a good list. And SAFE is an acronym that stands for social fit, academic fit, financial fit, and employment fit. Social fit is making sure that we find the right environment for the student, from how big, how far, do you want public and private and urban? And so for a lot of kids that don't have that social fit, they end up getting to a school and it's not a good fit and they transfer. And so the reality is about 37% of students transfer colleges because that fit is just off for them. Our transfer rate's less than 10%. It's actually about 8 or 9%. And a lot of those kids are starting at a community college for 2 years just for financial reasons, and then they're going to transfer out. Next is academic fit, and it's what do you want to study and what does it take to get in? And I think a lot of kids, especially most of us when we were teenagers, we had no idea what we wanted to study. And so one of the stats that we kind of look at is how many kids end up changing their major. And the national statistic is about 80% of kids change their majors and over 50% change twice or more. And so we start when kids enroll in our program by doing different assessment tests, learning style inventories, career interest inventories, measuring interests and personality and aptitudes to try to help them find fields of interest. And then we do summer programs and career mentoring and different things like that. And so the stat is 80% of kids change their majors. We're at 14% of our kids changed majors. And so, that really helps because then kids are graduating on time. And so the national stat, how many kids in the United States do you think graduate in 4 years?
40%.
It's actually about 24%. And about 40% of kids who start college never finish. So in our program, it's over 84% of kids are getting done in 4 years. And I think because we're trying to help them identify their interests earlier so that they go into college with a pretty concrete plan. Then comes the financial fit. And that's a huge one for parents. Obviously, we want to make sure that we can get the kids in the right schools at the right price. And scholarships and financial aid are very confusing for a lot of families. So we teach families about the financial aid process and help them with FAFSAs and CSS profiles. And really the goal is to try to find schools that match their budget. We teach them about merit scholarships. And so nationally, about 37% of students will get some kind of a scholarship, either a merit scholarship or private. We've had 1,500 students go through our program. Over 96% of our kids have gotten scholarships since we started. National student loan debt is about 71% of kids have student loan debt. We're under 15%. And so it's just really, to me, it's one of my favorite sayings when it comes to building a list. If the budget doesn't fit, don't submit. And it sounds simple, but a lot of kids don't know. And then they go through all this time and effort and writing all these essays and they get in and then they get their financial aid award letter. And it's just really disheartening. And then the families end up, taking out the Parent Plus loans and they're borrowing from their home equity or cashing in their IRAs. And you don't have to do that when you plan up front. And then the last one is the outcome, that employment fit. And it's really about, if you're going to invest all this money in helping kids get into a good school, what's the ROI? Are they going to get a good job? And so the national stat is about 21% of kids graduate with a job in their major, and we're over 82% of our kids that have gone through our program and we've tracked them through college have graduated with a job in their major or going into a graduate program. So, that's really, kind of a lot of numbers, but to me, it just boils down to just kind of those 4 buckets: social, academic, financial, employment, and then bringing in the individual experts, the college counselors, the essay coaches, the financial aid experts to advise those kids and their parents. And so that the journey is a lot more smooth if you have a plan up front.
So the acronym is SAFE, which is great because we can all remember that. And the statistics are really impressive. I'm listening to this right now and I'm thinking, I don't know what age. Like, I have a kid in middle school, I have a kid in high school. Who is this for?
Yeah, and so we start with kids. The youngest is 8th grade, and our oldest kids are. We actually have a college to career program, so we stay with a good percentage of our kids throughout college, which is another point of differentiation in terms of curriculum planning and internships and things like that. I would say our sweet spot is kids that are starting at the beginning part of high school, so like 8th grade graduation through the beginning part of junior year. That's going to be about 60 to 70% of our kids.
This is really impressive, and I want to thank you, Kevin Krebs, founder of HelloCollege. Thank you.